If you clicked on this video and you're on the fence of whether or not you should go to university as a creative, the answer is yes. But if you definitely know that's not what you want to do and you have a map of everything that you're going to do and you know this is not for you, you don't really need me. You don't need to watch this video. But if you are the type of person who's on the fence and you don't know whether or not you should go, I'm just going to try and explain some of the thinking that I did on going to university as a creative. First of all, my name's RK. I help young creatives monetize their craft in a fulfilling way. If that's something you're interested in, it's the first link down below. So you go through all the course maps for whatever university or college that you're applying to, and you see that all the design courses and stuff that you like to do and the things that you want to be, right? They are all things that you can learn by yourself. And you don't see the reason why you should spend a lot of money just to get a piece of paper where you could just learn most of the stuff on YouTube, especially in Australia where it's very expensive to do anything that's not a STEM degree. All the arts degrees have doubled in price over the years. Everything else does not seem that enticing to you, because even if you do go into university, the thing that you need to understand with arts degrees is that most of the time you're just going to be learning about people doing the art and not doing the art yourself. So what I did personally was I picked something that was still creative, but I still had that practicality. So me personally, I chose to do an IT degree, but I'm majoring in immersive media. So I still had something that was creative, but with the practicality of an IT degree. Nothing really enticed me with the creative degrees because it's not like I'm actually being hands-on and doing the things. I'm just studying. So if you do film studies, what you do is you study other people's films and you don't make your own films. That's not something that I wanted to do. I wanted to be a part of the process. So most things might not entice you if you had the same mentality as me, but I'm very lucky that I chose this degree because IT was something that I've dibbled and dabbled with in the past. I'm not absolutely crazy at it, but it was seriously an option that you can look into. Maybe there's something that you can combine with your creativity to have both practicality and to have something that you still really enjoy, because you need to understand that at this age, thinking for yourself, especially when you're young, thinking for yourself is quite challenging because you haven't had the experience and you don't know what's out there in the world just yet. I've just been here for 2 years. I'm in my second year of doing a STEM degree, and I'm just going to try and explain some of the benefits that I've seen after going to university as a creative. I feel like there's a lot of insight in this. But side note, if you genuinely do want to do a good degree in design, I would do it in a place that specializes in that thing, because you have more people who are more serious about it and more facilities catered towards the design. So if I was going to do a career in music, I would have went to ACU if that's what I really, really wanted to do, because the certain universities, certain institutes, they have programs just so you can create. Because if you come to a university kind of like Monash or Melbourne or whatever's prestigious in your area, that's not specializing in creative degrees, but it's specializing in more academic STEM degrees. Most of the people that do choose the design degrees, I'm not saying all, they're kind of the cop-outs that just wanted to go to a nice university but didn't want to do a STEM degree. So now that we've covered all of that, the first reason that I would like to talk about is the power of education. This might sound corny, but there are so many opportunities, especially in university, that you're going to learn from other sectors that you might not have if you just pursued purely a creative degree. I'm the type of person to go into other faculties' lectures and learn from them. It's a little nerdy, but when you do sit in all these different academic contexts with your friends and you study and you see other people studying and you're around all these smart people, being in a place with so much finesse and so much knowledge that's being transacted on a daily basis, there are so many people with so many backgrounds and so much worldly experience that you can learn about. I have a great sense of gratitude for going to a quite well-renowned university. You can't really explain the power of education and the way it rewires your brain and the outlook that you have on the world without actually going through the process. My friend, what he says, so this background right here, let's just take this as an example. This background's red, right? But the more that you learn, the more vocabulary that you learn, the better ways that you can describe this background. So what he says is that the more educated you are, this is just for literature, but the more educated you are in literature, the more that you can explain and understand the world around you, and the more opportunities that you have to express yourself, which is what we want to do as a creative. And this is not just for literature, this is for everything. All faculties. The ways that I think, the way that I present myself, my outlook on the world has changed so much in the last 2 years. And I'm not over exaggerating or anything, but this is genuinely how I feel. There's a really good book called Educated by Tara Westover. My mate gave it to me for my birthday a couple of years ago, and you should definitely read it. It goes into the power of education from someone who comes from a very small, isolated family in the Midwest, and how it really rewires the way that you think and your outlook on the world. How this can help you as a creative, like I talked about, learning about academic thinking and different streams of thought, especially that aren't very lateral, very different laterally, like creative thinking, and are more streamlined, can really help with the parts of your creative brain that you lack. Because most how our brains usually work is that we have this one idea and then we have all these other ideas, and then we spend most of our time putting them together. But academic thinking is more streamlined and more process oriented, and it allows you to have that logic when it comes to your creative process, and it allows you how to create proper systems. Your brain's just like a lump of clay, right? And having new ways of massaging and new ways of thinking really ups your neuroplasticity, and by just trying different forms of thinking. If you are trying to help someone in a certain field through your creative work, the more educated you are about worldly experiences and the type of people that are coming from that field, the more impact that you can have on the people that you're trying to help. Reason number 2, there are 2 campuses at the university that I go to. There's Caulfield campus and there's Clayton campus. And when people ask me, I say it as a joke. I say, why did you not go do a design degree in Caulfield? I say, because I'm not going to have any friends there, because no one really goes to Caulfield University. Yeah, it's funny, but at the same time, the connections that I've made in the last 2 years, it's kind of like school, right? Going to the same uni is enough to spark up a conversation, break the ice of talking to people. And there are so many different people who come here and so many different opportunities that you can do at uni based off the people that you know. All my collaborations, all my new ideas, all the new people and the new places that I've been directly contribute to what I'm doing right now on my day-to-day basis. If you think back, once you leave school, you think back about it, most of the people that you went to high school with, you're probably not going to be friends with in the long run, because the only reason that you saw them on a day-to-day basis is because you're going to the same school. But with university, because there's more time and more freedom, you choose the type of people that you get to see on a day-to-day basis. And it can be really useful for networking and really useful for spending your time creating, collaborating, really getting to know more people who are like-minded to you. If you are at uni right now, just a little creative exercise. So just being on this path of a creative is quite lonely, but it's really easy to find your people through this common place that everyone's going to. And having that in real life connection and experiencing different fields and experiencing different ways of thinking can really help on a day-to-day basis. A quick little exercise, if you are going to go to university, a quick creative exercise that I like to do, this is one of my favorite things to do at university, find cool places that no one really knows about to study at. I've found some pretty nice places, and you go and you study and you create and you make friends and have conversations with people at those places, and it's quite nice just going out and exploring. You would be surprised how big most campuses are. There are a lot of job opportunities as well that university provides, especially to the people that you know. And most universities have their own private job boards, communities that will hire you because you're a student. And most student-run organizations, they also need us type of people because their motive is to help people. If you can find a student organization that has an overlap with the type of people that you're helping, you can provide your creative services to them, and you can always be useful. It shows that you like being a team member, you like going above and beyond your studies, as to show initiative that you're going to help out in the community. A rebuttal to this will always be, it's too expensive, you're putting yourself in debt for something that's just you can learn on the internet nowadays. Is just a piece of paper. You're not paying money for the actual education. Yes, you are getting very, very high quality education when you go to university, but you're paying money to be a part of this sort of private community and learn different schools of thinking, find new people to work with, and go through this academic process is quite rewarding. This is just the advice that I would give to my younger self. The process of studying and going through a high quality education system and how it challenges you. I'm very grateful for this very beautiful journey up until now into my second year. And I'm grateful for the years that I have to come. If you are an aspiring creative and you would like to monetize your craft, it's the first link down below. I would love to have a conversation with you. Thank you very much.